How does mistranslation affect cultural identity? Have you ever thought about how a simple mistranslation can change the way we see a culture? Mistranslation can have a big impact on cultural identity, especially in the field of linguistic anthropology. Language is not just a way to communicate. It is a vital part of how people express their cultural values and beliefs. Cultural identity is shaped by shared language, traditions, and social practices. When we translate something, we are not just swapping words from one language to another. Each language carries its own cultural nuances and meanings. If a translation misses these subtleties, the original message can be lost or misrepresented. This loss can lead to a feeling of cultural erosion. When the meanings behind words are altered, it weakens the bond between language and cultural identity. For instance, if a piece of literature is mistranslated, the audience may receive a version that does not reflect the original culture. This can create misunderstandings or even stereotypes about that culture, leading to confusion among its members. Mistranslation also affects how individuals within a culture see themselves. Language is a key part of how people build their identities. If the original expressions are lost, it can make cultural identities feel fragile, especially for minority or immigrant groups. These groups often relying on translations to connect with their heritage, making accurate translations even more important. The translator's background also plays a role in this process. Translators bring their own cultural perspectives into their work. This means that their biases can influence how cultural elements are translated, which can further complicate the preservation of cultural identity. When translation fails, it highlights the challenges of communicating across cultures. It shows us that understanding goes beyond words. It requires a grasp of the social and historical contexts of languages. Mistranslation can have real-world effects in areas like literature, education, and mental health. For example, if cultural concepts in mental health are mistranslated, it can lead to misdiagnosis or ineffective treatment for individuals from diverse backgrounds. In education, losing ancestral language through mistranslation can weaken students' ties to their cultural roots, affecting their sense of belonging. In summary, mistranslation disrupts the flow of cultural meanings embedded in language. It can weaken the connection between language and cultural belonging and sometimes impose the translator's cultural framework onto the source culture. This can lead to confusion and fragmentation, especially for minority or immigrant groups. Understanding these issues is vital for supporting the preservation of cultural identities through accurate translation practices.